and welcome to Courageous Doctors, the new show for you and your doctor. On today's show, we're going to discuss Obamacare updates, interesting other healthcare news, and special health and safety tips. Now let's begin. The Hill says that the enrollment in health insurance has decreased by 1.2 million this year, and that's due to the increase in premiums. And so this is something we've been following for a long time, on previous shows. And hopefully we want to see premiums go down. And if premiums are going to go up because Obamacare is being challenged, then we'll have to see what happens if people are uninsured. All right, the Associated Press. The federal judge upheld short-term health plans. Remember, short-term health plans, we've talked about this before, used to be for 3 months. These are special plans. You don't have to have pre-existing conditions. You don't have to cover pregnancy. You don't have to cover a lot of things. Everything that Obamacare did away with. They've been expanded to 12 months, and the judge upheld that that's okay, and they can be renewed for a year and a half after that. All right, let's see. The Hill and ABC News discuss Trump's medical deferment program, which he wants to get rid of. This is something where, immigrant families for years, and I see this in my own practice in pediatrics, they come over here with a very sick child or a sick grandma, sick wife, whatever, and everyone stays so they can get their treatment. And a lot of times it's frightening because the treatments are life-threatening, and if they have to leave and go back to their country, they'll probably die because they don't have these treatments. Trump decided to get rid of it, and there were, I personally know some of my patients who I don't even know if they're still alive, that Trump threw out of the country. But now Trump put a temporary hold on this, so people getting life-sustaining treatments aren't going to be thrown out of the country, but we'll see what happens. But, with this immigration thing and Trump, who the hell knows where any of it's going, so I just hope people don't die in the process. Again, public charge is another thing. This is another thing that President Trump threw out, that if ICE catches you because you're taking welfare or Medicaid, giving your kid food stamps, heaven forbid you actually want to feed your child or bring them to me for a doctor, it's considered a public charge, and if you're trying to apply for a green visa, they'll throw you the hell out of the country. So good luck on that one. But so people just aren't going for health care. Great. Then we go to the emergency room. They're really sick as hell. And thank you, President Trump. And now we got to deal with them there. So you guys figure it out. I'm not that smart. You figure it out. All right. Bloomberg and ABC. Oh, well, here we are again. Okay. This is a President Trump special. Trump ends food stamps for $3 million. Lovely, right? So what are you going to do now? How are you going to eat? How are you going to go to school? You can't even think. So 500,000 children are going to be without school lunch. I don't know. Look it up. Bloomberg News. It's horrible. All right. What is Trump doing now? Oh, well, this is interesting. This is something that I'm not really sure how it's going to work out. I've talked one of my friends is a nephrologist. She's really bright. She's 100% behind this. Apparently, Trump wants to get people out of dialysis centers and to be dialyzed in their home and to have kidney transplants faster. So this is very interesting. We'll see what happens. My good friend who's very active with me in organized medicine, she said this is a good thing, and so we'll try to support her on this. Associated Press said that the Health and Human Service is still trying to import cheaper drugs from Canada. They're working on this. I believe they want to run this plan through the states. So we'll see. It's going to take years to work out. So the states will actually buy the drugs on bulk from Canada or someplace else, and we'll see how that works out. And Kaiser came up with, I didn't realize this is a very interesting statistic. Kaiser said that 5% of the patients are responsible for half of the health care, and at least half of those bills are drug costs. So maybe that will give us some relief. Reuters. The court has approved the CVS-Aetna merger. Remember, we were following that. There were a number of big mergers. CVS and Aetna was one of them. Michigan is actually the first state to ban e-flavored cigarettes. You guys know the story. Recently, we've been having people die and be lung damaged, especially teenagers. They're the ones that use the flavored ones. These e-flavored cigarettes, something in them, either marijuana or vitamin E or some kind of chemical or something, is destroying their lungs, and these kids are dying all over the country. So even Trump, so Michigan stepped in, and even Trump stepped in recently and said, told the FDA, we just got to get rid of e-flavored. You know, if somebody wants to use e-cigarettes to get off of their cigarette habit, they can just use regular tobacco. But the e-flavored, tobacco-flavored ones, these e-flavored ones are the ones that are being given to teenagers, and they're the ones that are now dying of this mysterious inhaled lung disease, whatever the hell it is. Let's see, Star Ledger. Oh yeah, we're having a terrible time with lead poisoning in Newark. We've been going through this for years. So finally, Essex County, Joey DeFincenza, our Essex County exec, and worked with the governor. We got a grant for $120 million. Somehow we got the money, and we're going to change all the lead pipes in Newark. Some of that water comes into our surrounding towns. I'm right here in Nutley, Bloomfield, Belleville, and my actually dipstick, my water tested positive for lead. I don't know if it's over 15 parts per million, which is the level that you have to be concerned with. I'll have to have it tested a little further, but we're using bottled water in my own office. Star Ledger, Governor Murphy designates 5 high schools to start later. This is very interesting. We've always been said that we've reported on this before. We'll see if teenagers sleep longer, if that works. And one last thing, Ars Technica said that California passed a bill that took away medical exemptions that were unnecessary exemptions for vaccines. There were docs that were, a few docs, there's always a few bad apples. I mean, don't spoil it for the rest of us. I wish these guys would go away, but there's a few bad doctors that were writing fake medical exemptions, and the government passed a law in California to do away with it. So we'll see what happens there.
Hi, I'm Ingrid Burke.
And I'm Gina Unger.
Gina has known Dr. Berry in a professional and personal capacity for many years, and we are thrilled to be in his building. We are psychotherapists, and we offer mental health counseling for ages 12 and up. We do individual, couples, and family counseling. We're also excited to say that we have groups that we have for teenage boys and girls, for social skills, anger management, and self-esteem building. If you need to reach us,
check us out at lifeworksnj.com.
Our phone numbers are also listed on that website if you'd like to contact us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Wax Den is a full-body unisex studio. We specialize in hard wax, which is gentler on the skin. We do all types of waxing from head to toe. You can come in with your friends, so you have the moral support. We have hors d'oeuvres. You do have to have a minimum of 8 people for that party, and you would schedule that. Everybody's looking for a hand to hold and then someone to share the experience with, so you can look that up on our website. We have prenatal waxing. We take a little bit more time with the new moms, and a lot of people will schedule that once they hit their second trimester. We do have a waxing membership. It's set up just like a gym membership, and you come in just like you would go to the gym. It comes out automatically, and you just show up for your wax. We have several memberships for different services. We also have wax packages. The phone number is 973-542-8442. The website is www.thewaxden.com. We have 24-hour online booking.
Come to the Wax Den. We wax it all.
All right, coming back to other healthcare news, let's go through recalls first. Fox says that Spanish pork has listeria, and 1 person died and 100 are very ill in Spain. So if you're in Spain, be careful, don't eat the pork. CBS News, Intamin's Little Bites soft-baked cookies have plastic in them. Makes you want to choke. CNN said that a deadly resistant salmonella is coming from Mexican beef and soft cheese. So Don't eat it here, don't eat it there. CBC said that Smart Canada sweet kale vegetable salad bags have listeria. They're all poison. Cooking Light says that Dole baby spinach is poisoned with salmonella. Boy. CBS says that Flowers Food hamburger hot dog buns have plastic in them. Fox says that tuna yellow steaks have histamine, which is a allergic chemical, causing scombroid poisoning, where you eat the fish and you just die or blow up or pass out or stop breathing or something. Fox said that raw beef from the American beef packers in California has also been recalled. Okay, Reuters said that the measles outbreak is, we've been following this all over the country. It's well over 1,000. I think New York said it ended, but it's still going over the rest of the country. Star Ledger says that the West Nile virus is in Hunterdon County now and causing meningitis. In 2018, we had 167 deaths, so we're right in the middle of that now. So be careful with all mosquito-borne illnesses. We have Eastern equine encephalitis here too, and people have actually died in Massachusetts and Rhode Island. So those are the two mosquito viruses, West Nile and Eastern equine encephalitis. The New Jersey Department of Health said that we had to close several lakes during the summer that had algae in them, and that it was unsafe to even do boating or fishing or any kind of water. You get this stuff splashed in your eye, you can get very sick. Algae causes lung damage, kidney damage. You don't want to get that. CNN said that cryptosporidium is back in public pools. So summer's coming to an end, but if you go to hotels or resorts, still be careful about that. Newsweek and USA Today said that there's a nationwide hepatitis A outbreak. And in the office, we've been giving out a lot of hepatitis A shots. So ask your doctor about that. It's all over the country now, hepatitis A. Newsweek said that we talked about that, Eastern equine encephalitis. Our own Department of Health just goes through its rabies review, which they do every year. No surprises there. 98 cases this year. You may not realize that it's more in cats than dogs. Everybody thinks rabies dogs. There were no dogs, but there were 12 cats, and the usual raccoons, bats, skunks, coyotes, your usual rabid creatures. Fox News said that flesh-eating staph had actually killed a woman. She was walking in the beach for 10 minutes. And in fact, all my patients that came back from the beaches, I've been asking them if they had cuts or wounds or rashes, and I've been aggressively treating them because this is a killer staph, killer Vibrio. It'll get in your body and kill you. So don't take this seriously. If you're in a beach and you get a cut, even 10 minutes, go right to a doctor, get treated immediately. CBC News says that colon cancer is on the increase in people under 50, and so now the major associations, the American Cancer Society, and this was in the Journal of Cancer, they want you to start colon screens at age 45 because of this younger age. BBC says there's an outbreak of dengue fever in the Philippines, 622 dead, over 146,000 infected, and there they have a vaccine for dengue fever. People were afraid to take it because they thought the vaccine would kill them. Figure that out. Bloomberg News just reminds us we're back to school and we continue to have an EpiPen shortage. They've been working on it for years. Good luck. Do the best you can to find an EpiPen. Mumps outbreak. Fox News tells us not only in some states like Nebraska, but a major outbreak in these detention camps. They got to do something. They're trying the best. They need money. They need help. Congress needs to give them more money. They need to build more facilities at the borders. We all know that. And so, but still it's bad there, and So now they've all got mumps. Who knows what's coming next? Fox News reminds us that ticks are out there and there's different kind of diseases. Now Illinois has a heartland virus from a tick. We have Lyme and Powassan and all kinds of crazy diseases, babesiosis, Rocky Mountain spotted fever. I've been testing for all this stuff. These things are coming in. It's right here in New Jersey. Oh, here's one for you. CNN says the plague, the old plague that killed off half of Europe, and we get a few cases each year. It's in the prairie dogs in Denver Park in Rocky Mountain Arsenal National Wildlife Refuge, so they had to shut it down so people wouldn't catch the plague. Okay, let's move on to other health and safety tips now. We mentioned before about the vaping with the lung disease, and so you want to be careful that you don't die if you do this vaping. New York Times is very interesting. We mentioned this before. Sesame seeds. Now they're trying to get sesame seeds put on a label because they said over 1 million people, JAMA, the Journal of American Medical Association, over 1 million people in this country are actually allergic to sesame seeds. It's not something you often hear about, but they're out there, so it must be a lot. Washington Post, a university study found, this is going to disgust you just a little, I hope you're not eating, but in your bagged lettuce and spinach, you have frogs, rodents, snakes, lizards, birds. Yeah, and this includes organic vegetable packages. So, good luck, watch them carefully, but just remember, you may have more in your lettuce than just lettuce. USA Today, eye products were recalled from Walmart and Walgreens. They're not sterile. And WGN Channel 9 Chicago said that tainted skin cream from Mexico, labeled as Pond's, has mercury poisoning, and it either killed or scarred somebody. So, boy, it's really depressing news. It's scary. I tell you, I see it all the time. People don't think this is just news. People come in my office, and every day we look for horrible reactions to all these cosmetic products, things they eat, places they visited. I take all this seriously, and we have to treat all this stuff. So here's something. Cooking Light says that a toxic Chinese garlic has pesticides and bleach in it. Boy, just to change the topic for a minute, a 9-year-old almost died, or maybe did die, in a pool, was electrocuted because the guy in the pool left a wire. He was fixing a bad light, so I guess check your lights in your pool. All right, let's see. On to some more lighter stuff. Food Network, or different foods. Let's start with CNN. They say that in the Annals of Internal Medicine, omega-3, which we all love, I eat it in my salmon, comes in a lot of foods. Omega-3 decreases heart attacks, lower salt intake decreases strokes, folic acid decreases strokes. That's all good, right? But now listen to this. Tell me if this isn't going to hit you. Taking calcium and vitamin D together actually increase strokes. I don't understand it. Take it for what it's worth. I still say take vitamin D and calcium, but it's been reported. Okay, that was in the Annals of Internal Medicine if you want to look that study up. FoodNet says that prunes are good for your bone health. I didn't know that. I eat prunes for other reasons, but it's good for my bones too. That's nice to know. Cooking Light says that fiber is good for constipation. We've talked about that. But they mentioned some interesting things, like I didn't know this. Raspberries has 8 grams of fiber per cup. Apples have 4 grams. Lentils, 16 grams. Lentils, 16. Chickpeas, 12.5 grams. Oats and chia seeds, 10. So who would have thought raspberries, apples, lentils, chickpeas, oats and chia seeds, in addition to prunes? Good source of things to eat. I like raspberries, lentils. I like all of these, chickpeas, oats. Um, Food Network also mentioned that almond butter and peanut butter, they're comparable. They both are 190 calories. They both have 7 grams of protein, 190 calories for a couple tablespoons. They did say don't use reduced fat because it actually has added sugar. So if you think you're getting a lower calorie reduced fat peanut butter, look to see if the sugar's been added. But almond butter, peanut butter, it's both the same. Okay, let's see a couple other interesting things. The Star Ledger, well, it's back to school. So let's end this news report on a light note with back to school lunch ideas. Whole grain cereals, cottage cheese and yogurt. Make sure it's low sugar, low fat string cheese, 100% juice beverages. Cut up little vegetables and fruits. Use baked chips, not fried, but baked. Whole wheat pretzels, whole grain crackers, and granola bars. There you are. And lastly, fun ways to help the kids get it ready. Make 3 separate bins, one for sandwich, one for beverage, one for snack. Fill them up at night, let the kids pick from each of them. You can freeze things to keep them cold in their lunch bags, like frozen beverages, fruit cups, yogurt. You can take ideas to make it look like a sushi. Flatten out your bread, roll it up, put things in there, whatever you want to fill it with. You can, and for keep your chips from cracking, put a little air in a plastic bag with your chips so the air will keep the chips from cracking. And that's it. Hope you enjoyed our back to school fall news show. And we look forward to hearing from you, and we look forward to seeing you again. Take care.